Oh, I guess we're recording. I didn't mean to, but I hit the side button. Oh, okay. So this is a super random video, but I thought it might be a little bit fun, a little bit interesting, I think. So I just wanted to show my face really quick and say hi, but I'm going to be turning the camera around so you can see my cards. I will also show you my new little mate here. I've had him for a couple weeks. His name is Copper. Say hi, Copper. Where is he? Say hi, mister. He seems very content in there. He's already very much at home. Okay, so what I wanted to do, I've been struggling a little bit with some depression, and what does my future hold, and where am I going, and blah 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 blah. Okay, it's not blah blah blah. I have a tendency to do that, but it has been a little bit of a struggle the last few days. And I don't read for myself a lot. I just don't. For different reasons, doesn't matter. But I decided to tonight, while I'm waiting for my chili to Instant Pot. And what I've been doing, so I got 36 secrets and Tarot Deciphered. These are what I'm using tonight. But I kind of wanted to show you my reading and, the initial thought, and then what happens when you dive deeper and actually look at the cards. I think, it could be maybe inspiring. It is for me to look at the cards and really dive into bookwork and looking at everything about the card. And, when I first started tarot, I didn't know anything about this. I didn't know it got as deep as it does. It's a never ending well of knowledge and information and symbols, and it's a lot. But I thought if I showed you kind of what I'm looking at, it might help you see what else can be found in the cards when you want to dive deeper. And that's the whole point of this video, is what else can be looked at. I don't know. So I'm gonna turn it around and we'll have a look at the cards I drew. Okay, so here they are. This was my initial draw. I just usually draw 3. This is what I do for myself. And there's no meaning for each placement. It's just kind of intuitive. So you see we have the 5 of Swords, the Page of Pentacles, and Temperance. So, we'll go with my initial thought, the very surface level of what I'm seeing, and how I feel it reads for me. And, I'm struggling. What was my initial thought? Okay, so Page of Pentacles it shows me that, there's a new start coming. I need to start over new. I need to ground myself in a new venture. A lot of what's going on in my life is work related. What do I want to do? Where am I? I don't want to go back to serving. It's something I've been thinking long and hard about. That's what I was doing before COVID. And it's not something I want to do, but I've been very tempted lately to do it because of money and because it's easy and comfortable. But the Page of Pentacles here tells me that, that's probably not going to happen, or it's not a good idea that I do. This is somebody starting fresh, learning new things, and Pentacles does signify work. So I was happy to see that. And, I guess happy to see that kind of telling me that, no, serving probably isn't a good idea. We're going into a new place here. The 5 of Swords. This has always been a tricky one for me, the 5 of Swords, because it seems to mean winners, losers. We win, but at what cost do we win? And who is the real winner and who is the real loser? That kind of stuff, And this is where it's helpful to dive deeper in. So my initial thought, is swords, we're thinking mind, we're thinking maybe, thought processes, anxiety, which I've been having a lot of. 5s they're very unstable. 5 is the number of instability. And so to me, that says, yes, my mind has been all over the place, maybe playing some tricks on me, which it has. And I need to watch out for that. And I've been allowing my mind, with depression and anxiety to get the better of me lately. And so, I need to work on that to get to this place. And then Temperance here is just learning to balance work and play. And that's not something that I've had to do in a while, to be honest. I have been off work for quite a long time. Part of me is very comfortable now in this, you know, where I am, and part of me is not comfortable at all. So temperance is, you know, all of this leading to a place of, you know, balance and light for me. So that's my initial, like, really quick thought process when I look at these cards. Now, when I pull out the books, and I'm going to try to be really quick about this because I could spend an hour going through all this. But, and then I forgot this card. You know, my question was, you know, I don't always pull clarifiers, but on a card like the Five of Swords, I'm like, okay, so how do I get my brain to stop doing this? How do I settle it down? How do I get out of this, this mental instability? And so on top of it, I pulled the Three of Wands, which is just a quick, you know, like, Avalon. Hi. She's gonna lay right on him. I'm gonna get her before she does. I'm sorry, baby, but no, not right now. I'm so sorry. Three of Wands is, you know, looking towards the future. You know, plain and simple. Like, if we're just going for a simple reading, not diving in very far, that's what this is, you know, being a little bit more vigilant, looking towards my future, you know, not staying stuck in this present, you know, the present moment or even the past. And because I've been, you know, I do that. I focus too much on the past, and that causes me that anxiety, you know, that. So this is moving into the new direction, looking forward into this direction, right? So it was a great signifier, you know, it kind of told me what, you know, what I need to be doing. It really brought the reading all together for me. So, okay, this might get a little bit, I'm not going to explain everything in here. There are other videos, and I've thought about doing some that do, but it's too much right now. But what I will say is that, how do I want to say this? Each minor arcana takes up a decan. If you don't know what a decan is, they are so we know what the zodiacs are. Okay, there's 12 zodiacs, 12 zodiac signs, and, you know, picture the sphere here. Maybe I can come up with a little picture really quick. Okay. So we have our 12 signs in this sphere, and then it's not going to focus. Do you see these right here, where we see the number and the suit of the card? All 12 right here, these are our signs. Our zodiac signs. Each one is broken down into 3 decans, is what they're called. And that's all I'll say about that. That's all we really need to know. So 12 times 3 is 36 cards, right? And when we have minors, how many minors do we have altogether? We're not including aces. They're in their own separate little category. So 2 through 10 is 9, right? Times 4 suits is 36. So if you didn't know, now you know. And congratulations, because when I learned that, not too long ago, you know, I was like, holy shit, you know, it's starting to come together, you know. When I started looking into astrology and tarot, look at her. But there are just enough, you know, the exact number of minors is the exact number of decans. So pretty sweet, right? So each minor then gets its own decan. Here, again, hard to explain. So we'll say, here in this decan, we'll open this up again. She's right in my way, look at her. Please focus. Okay, so we're over here. We have Aries. So the sign is Aries for the 2, 3, and 4 of Wands. And then these are their decans, which are each ruled by a planet. Pretty cool, right? So we see we have the 3 of Wands, it's in Aries, and the Sun. So the Sun is in Aries, is how it's said. So here we have the Sun in Aries. And then this card, we have, let me think. I just looked this up so I know it. We have Venus in Aquarius, right? So that already gives us a little bit more to work with, right? We have the sun in Aries, which is a fire sign. The element of fire rules temperance. We also see the sun on her forehead, so we can relate those two cards together very easily. And then up here we have, again, the Venus, Venus in Aquarius, which is also a water sign, tying into the water of the temperance here. Super cool, right? The Page of Pentacles, courts don't get a decan or anything like that. We're not even going to, there are ways to dive into this, but we're not going to do that. It's enough to say that with that information now knowing what the planet and what sign that planet is in, we can then, focus on pulling some of these cards together that way, along with, like our major arcanas here. And then if you want to go further, we can say that since the sun is in Aries here, what major arcana cards does that signify? Obviously, it's going to signify the sun, because the sun rules the sun. And then Aries rules, I guess you'd say rules, the Emperor. So we have the sun and the Emperor here. And then up here, we have Venus in Aquarius. Venus is the Empress, and Aquarius is the star. I should have pulled these cards out, but this is really on the fly. So now we have the sun, we have the Emperor, but we also have the Empress up here. And then we have the star, which easily fits in with temperance and following, a flow going that way. And like I said, you can spend hours now on this 4-card reading, diving into all that. And I haven't even gotten into, how does the sun affect the Emperor here? And how does that affect the Three of Wands? And how does the Empress and the star equate to the Five of Swords, which is really interesting because neither of those cards are cards we would think about when thinking of the Five of Swords, but you read more about it in this amazing book here. 36 Secrets by T. Susan Chang. She's amazing. She also actually is, one of the writers of Tarot Deciphered, which is an amazing reference as well, especially for this kind of work. And then to see how they interact, how the Empress and the Star interact together, and how the Five of Swords takes on the energy of those two interacting. And let me tell you, just in the last hour of me really diving into these books and diving this, it makes so much sense for me. And the reading makes, it made sense to begin with. But when you dive in like that, you'll realize things that you could never realize based on just a simple, straightforward reading. And, it makes me realize how far oh my God, like I've barely scratched the surface. One can spend a lifetime doing this, and there is just a plethora of knowledge, never-ending knowledge and associations and connections within astrology and the Kabbalah and these cards, and it's absolutely terrific. So I just wanted to share that, and maybe if you've thought about picking up either of these books or thought about diving in more, this will help you decide whether, yeah, that is stuff I want to know and I want to dive into, or holy shit, that's way too much and we're never going there, which is fine too. The cards can certainly be read without knowing any of that extra information. But, if you're looking to study more, it's a great way to dive in and learn and just keep learning. So that's it, guys. I hope you somewhat enjoyed this video. Bye.